How fast can somebody be a victim of gun violence?
That fast.
I bought the Glock 42 maybe 2 years ago. Easy to use. This is a pistol grip AK-47. Her name is Brown Sugar. This is the first gun that I shot that I actually saw the dust come up off the ground as the bullet traveled. This gun packs a lot of power. And the Uzi. This is a great gun for children to start with. I know it may not look like it to most adults because they have a different viewpoint of Uzis, but Derrica has shot this on multiple occasions. Piece of cake. Go, next. There you go, young man. I homeschool my children. We're currently working through volume 1 of my Unlearn and Relearn parent-child curriculum. Not a huge fan of the school system. I think they do a whole lot to dilute the mental progression of our children. So I think it's absolutely a necessity that we take that in our hands. I'm about to try.
Could you tell us just generally about growing up in Tampa?
I was a terrible child. I don't know how many fires I got caught setting. I know I've broken at least 20 cars as a child. Never stole anything. I just really got a rush out of the glass. Bricks and glass, these really just make my blood boil. But yeah, I broke in my first house. It was literally 20 years ago. I was in 3rd grade. Same time I smoked my first cigarette, my first cigar.
Could you just kind of talk us through why you chose to get facial tattoos?
I got 33 on my face and I got 1 on the side of my head over here. The ABC stands for Adversity Builds Character. We're gonna go through it, we're gonna grow through it.
Can you tell us about Unlearn and Relearn, what that is?
Unlearn and Relearn is a movement and a series of curriculums that I created. The mantra behind it is us whitewashing out the traditions and the conditions we've been taught to believe. There's so many people that have absolutely no idea why they do what they do. They just simply do it for the sake of fitting in and tradition. Today, we're just gonna focus on money. We're gonna talk money, okay? Finances, ownership, and things of that nature.
Why is Unlearn and Relearn better than sending your kids to school though?
That's a great question. I think Unlearn and Relearn is better than sending them to school. I think a lot of our biggest downfall is our mental dependence on outside entities for happiness, for love, for freedom, things of that nature. So we've been programmed to believe, I need money, so somebody please give me an opportunity. I need happiness, so somebody please bring that or be my friend. The biggest thing with Unlearn and Relearn is self-will, understanding that you are who you've been looking for and everything you're looking for is already within you. You have to find a reason to pull it out.
Do you ever wish that you were at school?
No.
Why not?
Because I would not like to be in the class 6 hours a day.
Really? Why?
Because 6 hours? I am not sitting down in a class writing so long.
Quick answer, okay? Knock them out and I give you another 4 pieces of candy. But you're not gonna get it till tomorrow because you're not eating all that candy one day. Name me 2 assets in this house.
Gun and jury.
If you lost everything today, what you got tomorrow?
Intellectual property.
And what is intellectual property?
They can take your possessions, but they can't take your mind.
If daddy had an emergency in his house and you needed to save my life, what gun would you use?
The Glock 42.
Why?
Because it has less strength.
Why does the curriculum include guns?
Because violence can take place anywhere in the world at any given moment. But I am a firm believer, if you have guns in your house, an educated mind is far greater than a wandering mind. So I think it is very much necessary that you both educate your children on guns and the gun rules and laws of whatever land you're on. Mr. Grace, how many school shooters we have a year?
45.
How many random shooters we had this year?
255.
If people got guns in church in their house, they should do what with them?
Teach them about them.
Are you worried about their safety at all?
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. They're very mature for their age. When you actually take the mystique out of a gun, kids are not that much interested in it. It's just like a toy. Like, they're gonna play with the toy for a little bit and they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I want a new one. Oh, what if I bought you this?
I want to die if you bought me that.
You could die if I bought you that?
Yes, I'm gonna die. Oh, look at this Hello Kitty one. This be easy peasy.
A lot of shootings take place after night, or they take place after dark. So essentially what she has to do, she has to locate her magazine and her weapon, chamber both while answering questions from my curriculum. 3, 2, 1, go. Who is Huey P. Newton?
An African political activist, a revolutionary, no longer Bobby Steele, co-founded the Black Panther Party in 1966.
What do Osama bin Laden, Gaddafi, and Saddam Hussein all have in common?
They challenged the dollar bill of the Western banks.
Are you a buyer or a seller?
Seller.
Good job.
I started using guns when I was 3 years old.
Were you scared?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, but I wasn't scared.
Do the kids have their own guns?
Yeah, Derrick has his own gun. He has the Uzi, the 22 long rifle, and I'm gonna buy Derrica 22 long rifle as well.
A rifle for a 6-year-old though.
That's typically how they say you should start. They say you should start them with rifles. Because most handguns, because they're so small, they pack a lot of power and recoil. So a lot of children aren't strong enough for handguns. Now we're gonna work on that. You might not be quite strong enough for that yet. People are doing the most weirdest things. They're shooting up Walmarts, they're shooting up movie theaters, eateries. Like you could literally just go grab a soda and get shot.
In 2014, you had a shooting incident.
Yeah, Tiffany, which is my youngest daughter's mother, I was going to retrieve her from her mother's house. But I remember her mother storming down the driveway, and her son was there too. He swung one time. I just leaned off to the left and started firing out the passenger door. Shot her in the hand, and I ended up shooting him in the arm. It's a traumatic experience on both ends, especially when they're 2 feet away from you and you smell somebody's flesh burning when you see the blood. My situation was self-defense. I think it played a huge part into me not being arrested.
Don't you think that if guns were illegal, less people would be killed through gun crime?
No, I agree 100%. But I think our country is so deep and far vested into that mentality, it would be impossible to get guns off the street. Big dog time, come on. Other way, flip that clip. There you go, lock it in. There you go.
Is this their way of being protected?
Absolutely. This is definitely a way of preparing and protecting them. I have full confidence in my 6 and 9-year-old that should an emergency arise, we don't get out alive, we definitely will put up a great fight.
If someone broke into your house, I mean, would you really want your kids to shoot them?
I would absolutely want my kids to take lethal action. No, you can't violate or force your way into this house at all. I would much rather them have the peace of mind knowing that you no longer exist than worrying about, are you gonna come back or will this happen again?
People have made complaints about you.
Right, oh yeah, got a lot of those. When the kids first started demonstrating with guns on the internet, it's a part of the sheriff's office called Child Protective Services. And they came here and they was like, oh, we got a complaint. Can we come in? Can we look around? Can we interview your children? The answer to every question was absolutely not. You're not coming in. You're not gonna search. You're not gonna interview my children. We exercising our Second Amendment. Have a nice day.